Hey, welcome back to you, Monstar Gaming. Um, Sorry that first video recorded kind of funny. I think it was okay, but the editing software that I used modified the video somehow. Kind of weird. So sorry about that. But yeah, let's move on. I'm actually going to go back to the main city where we were before, and we're just going to talk about one thing here. And I guess the first thing we're going to talk about is population. So there's a few ways. I'm just going to click these things while you're watching, but a few ways to increase your population is definitely by housing. So we're going to click the little house on the bottom right corner here. Let me just zoom out. This little house here. And we're going to go to residential. Now, when you start the game, you'll have about 30 options, and then as you keep going along, you're going to have much bigger options. Or more options, sorry. I'm going to click filter up here, or else you're going to take forever to look through everything. So I'm going to actually do this one by experience because cost doesn't matter so much anymore, once you level up to a certain level. So you want to be able to, get enough experience points. But you can filter by cost, by experience points, or by population growth, which is very interesting. But I'm going to do it, actually, you know what? I'm going to click by population growth, hit apply. Here we go. So you'll see the first two here, really expensive, but it doesn't increase any population. So I'm just going to skip here. So, so the bungalow adds 5 population, wooden house 10, Sienna bungalow 20, Bosphorus cottage 30, and on on and on. But you can see that there's 62 pages that I've unlocked of different kinds of buildings. The majority of these are going to be paid for with the coins. On the much higher end ones or the rare ones, you might have to spend megabucks, but don't recommend those unless you specifically need a specific building. So let's look at this one right here, the business class house. On the top left, you'll see the lightning bolt. So it says -9, so it's going to cost 9 energy ongoing. -3 of the water drop, which is water. But it is going to give you 40 experience points once you build it. It's going to give you 125 people. And then you see the 6 right there. And that's every 6 hours. So it's going to attract more population. Every 6 hours, you get another 125 people added to your population, which is cool. So basically, it's nice housing. People like it. So more people are going to move into the area, right? Underneath that says construction 20 seconds, so it only takes 20 seconds to build, and it's going to cost 10,000 coins, which is not super expensive at the beginning of the game. I think anything above 50,000 is pretty expensive, but it's all relative, right? So I'm going to scroll with the arrow here. I'm going to scroll a few pages just so you can see a few different things. Townhouses, super mansion, Hotel Sputnik, some really cool buildings. There's going to be a lot of villas, there's going to be mansions, palaces, different things like that. So what is this? Staplehurst apartment complex in Villa Kazi. Let's keep going and see what we can do with population. Student residence, that's pretty cool. Apartment building. Apartment buildings look pretty cool. I'm sure you've seen apartment buildings that look kind of like that somewhere. Suburban condo. Let's see, 2-story hostel, condominium. Those are cool too. Islander hotel. Let's keep going. And obviously, as you unlock more territories, some of those themes will come out too. There is a whole territory where it's on an island, beachfront, so you will get stuff like that. There's another one that's up in the mountains, so you'll start unlocking some of those too. So they really do give you a wide variety of buildings. Country home, that's really cool. Pathos Bungalow has like a little pool and some tropical themes there. Let's keep going. Philadelphia Residence, premium apartment building. That one has a pool. Seventh Heaven Hotel. Versailles Apartments. So this one over here, Urban Cactus Hotel. So that becomes available at level 102, which I'm not even close to yet. Let's see, Lampion Residential Complex, which looks pretty cool. Some more stuff here. Torre Telefonica Chile. Pretty cool. Let's see what else is going on. We can also see the Grand Union Hotel. Seaside Hotel. So some of these are really big. You'll be able to see from the photo if it's like a huge mansion looking thing, it's probably going to take up a lot of space. So I'm actually going to click on this Lampion Residential Complex, and you can see it there. I'm going to move it. I think I have some space over here. Let's see. I'm going to build it right there. So that just gives you an idea of how that works. Now I'm going to click it over here, and it should tell you, yeah, see, it says it's going to take 7 hours and 59 minutes to complete, which is really cool. And it's just going to sit there like that until it builds. So just something to look at there. All right, so what we were talking about earlier about buildings is that they're going to give you more population. So here's a little building right in the middle of the screen here with the 3 little people. So I'm actually going to click that. Get 12 experience points and 300 people. And what is that? A super mansion. So there's 2 things that are going to happen with your cities that you really have to pay attention to. One of them is you're going to get income. So that has to be like an infrastructure, business, or something like that. That's going to give you income, right? The second thing that you're going to do is you're going to accumulate population. So let me go to one over here where you can get income. All right, so see this big building right in the middle here has like the dollars or the coins on it. I'm going to click it. That means that I'm collecting taxes. So I collected 11,500 from that. This over here, I think, is a gas station. That only gave me 46. So as you play, as you continue to play, you're going to get different buildings that give you a different amount of income. You definitely don't want to continue having buildings that are only giving you 50 here, 100 there, 70 there, 90 there. Like, that doesn't do much, right? It's not going to give you a ton of income. So you do want to focus on buildings that are going to give you a lot of income if you can afford it. So it might take you a little bit of time to get buildings like that or be able to afford buildings like that, but it's well worth it, and there's no need to rush. Obviously, like I was saying earlier, when you level up, every time you level up, it will unlock different buildings that you'll have access to. So you will get buildings that might give you a lot more income, but cost you about the same. So that is another reason why you do want to continue leveling up. It's going to give you so many more options. So I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to click the house icon again, residential. Now I'm going to change the filter by experience, because I like to level up, and that's the only way you can level up in this game is by your experience points. So I'm going to do that, and then if you look at all of these, it's going +8, +12, +15, +20, +20. I'm going to scroll a good ways this way. Let's see, all right. I'm trying to find something that's not super, okay, what about this one? I'm going to try the Portafiore Hotel. A little bit of electricity, some water. It's going to give me 1,400 population every 10 hours. It's going to take 16 hours to build. I'm going to click it. I just don't remember how big the footprint is. Oh, perfect. So I'm going to zoom in so you see a little bit better. And I'm going to place it. That's the other thing here is you don't want them to get all lost. So that's going to fit fine because it is behind it. You can see the green check mark lets you build it. This lets you rotate it if you prefer it facing a different way. I'll do that. So that's going, yeah, I'll do it that way. And then the X is to cancel. So I'm going to hit the check mark, and it's going to start building. Now, I think I was building a road back here earlier. So I'm going to hit this here, hit roads. I think I was doing the double road back here along the edge. The game is smart. It knows if you're doing a road. It knows if you're trying to get behind something. It's not gonna, doesn't get in your way, which is nice. So there we go. So I was able to build behind there with no issues. I didn't have to point and click somewhere and get all confused and stuff. So a little bit of my city here is a little crowded. I think eventually I do want to make those 4-lane roads. That's going to really separate the cities out a little, the buildings and streets out a little bit better. And then maybe do some sidewalks like I did over here. But yeah, so that's just simple things. So let's go back to the residential. Let's see, what is the other thing we want to look at? Oh, so the other thing you want to look at is footprint. You know, how big is the building? So let's compare the Lampion residential complex, which gives you 840 people. I think I want to build that actually. Let me build it right over here, right next to where I was just building a second ago. You can actually drag the screen and it will center itself. So sometimes it's easier to do it that way than grabbing the piece and moving it all the way around. Sometimes just moving the whole screen will keep it in the middle for you. So that's good too. So I am going to build that there. Of course, that's going to take a little time to build. So right now it's still in building mode. How much is this one? 3,000. Good. All right. So with the residential, we have that. But I think the fun thing with this game, and I'm sure you're noticing already, there are so many different buildings in here, and there's so many different styles. Some of them are very modern, some are a little bit more like cottage in the woods. Some of them are luxurious, some of them are more like beachfront property. Some of them are more like apartment buildings and schools, complexes, different things like that. There's a big variety of stuff here, a lot of stuff for you to look into. So definitely look around everywhere, look at all the options that you have, and then pick something nice that you think might suit you. I'll see you again on the next video. Thank you. What's up?